Good day and welcome to another edition of Outside of Genie, where we will be doing the preview for Saturday's meeting at Turffontein on the 30th of September. Just for you, if you're wondering what happened to the video for Kenilworth, remember I said that only people who subscribe uh, can get the preview and the selections. If you want to get access to that, for 150 Rand for the day, I will supply you with the selections and the video. And you can contact me on 083 585 5133. So we kick up here with a juvenile plate, which as per my normal, I don't really give selections at, but let's have a look at the betting. Come on. There we go. Number 6, Heaven's Girl, 11 to 10. Warrior Captain, 22 to 10. 15 to 2, Gin and Tonic. Fisher King, 17 to 2. 14 to 1, Savage Love. Secret Link, 20 to 1. 20 to 1, Tambazi River, 22 to 1, and longer the rest. So let's have a look here at the field. And the field is as follows. I'm not going to discuss it, but I do just want to mention one or two things. I think Fisher King is a horse that might improve over the 1200 meters. Please note, this is the first time they're going over a longer distance. So I think that will suit number one, Fisher King. He did run unwell in his first race, and maybe there will be improvement. Number 4 is the favorite, has had some good runs. And then we go into these two horses from Wire Marvin's table, and they both have chances, but it looks the preference is with number 4 as Waishang is riding that one. So that is this race. Let's move on to the second race, where we have a maiden plate, 1160. Let's have a look at the betting race 2. Here the betting is as follows. Number 1, Battle Force, 15 to 20. Ra 8, 13 to 2. 13 to 2, Ruby Woo, 17 to 2. Ace of Spades. West Coast Lover, 12 to 1. 20 to 1, and better the rest. I think to anybody that wants to beat number 1 will have to be a good horse. This form has worked out exceptionally well. Paisley Park is already a 2-time winner, but Thorley won again last week. On Thursday, Flying Carpet won, and this horse has run close to them. And I think number 1, Battle Force, hard to beat in this field. Outside of selections, you're going to have to look at number 2, West Coast Lover, Karen Murray on board, drawn free. I think also this horse will be definitely improving, and he's already been running every race. He's improving, and I think number 2, West Coast Lover, can be involved in the finish. And my other outsider selection is number 12, which is Raed. It's not a big outsider, but I think also a Pomodoro by Almafti can improve that run on very strongly over his first race, 24.2, fastest 400 to finish, and getting the -2.5, that which will surely be an advantage to this horse. Not much of the other horses that is in a field that needs consideration. Not a very strong field. Enrico Concetti, they've tried it over the longer distances, now bringing it back over the sprint. This horse has got some early speed. Maybe you want to include that into your back end of your quartets. So let's move on to race number 3. Sorry, I forget about this, number 14. Ruby Woo, also a horse that's improving and can be more effective over the 1200 meters. Last time did run 22.9, awkward start. So also number 14, Ruby Woo, a horse that will improve over this distance. Race 3 is another maiden plate of fillies and mares over 1160. Let's have a look at the betting. Here the favorite is number 11, Magic Choice, 15 to 10. Duchess of Now, first timer, 9 to 2. Bat Out of Hell, 5 to 1. Sarsaparilla, 5 to 1. Dalgiti Bay, 17 to 2, 16 to 1, and better the rest. Yes, in this race, my favorite is number 5, which is Bat Out of Hell. This horse ran well in his first race, ran on steadily, 22.6, 400 to finish. I think 1200 meters will suit the Doris Sham stable in form. And I'm looking for number 5, Bet Out of Hell, to run a huge race. My outsider selections is number 1, Dalgety Bay, Beep Stable, Pierce Trading on board, drawn 15. Um, yeah, I think also this horse is slowly improving. Did ran 4th last time out. Ran a decent time, 23.3, has done a 24.14 to finish before. And yeah, I think in the hands of Pierce Trading, definitely have got a chance. My other selection is number 11, Magic Choice, Sean Terry. This was the debut also in the same race behind Theatre of Dreams, but you can see running 21.9, which is very fast, finishing like a train, fastest 400 to finish in the same race, Theatre of Dreams. So human number 1 must be close. Then the favorite here is number 11, sorry. So the favorite is number 11, Magic Choice. Yeah, I did actually discuss the wrong race. The other outsider I was looking for, here it is. It's number 8, the Bio Magic, also from the same stable. Um, I just got a feeling that this horse, this form is too good to be true. Put in the backings of your quartets. I'm sure this horse is going to improve with the -2.5. Also, Sean Terry has got this first timer. He's got a knack of the first timers. Maybe also include Duchess of Now is a first timer, nicely bred filly. Duke of Marmalade by Dominion Royale filly that will give him some speed. You also need to include that. So all in all, yeah, I think with my first choice still number 5. Then we move on to race number 4, which is another maiden plate over 1600 meters. And here we have the number 1, the number 7, Double Martini, 17 to 20, Shadow Creek, 33 to 10, 8 to 1, Dance Part, and Light Warrior, 12 to 1, Irish Race, 12 to 1, 14 to 1, and Better the Rest. Now, I really think this favorite will also be hard to beat in race 4. Number 7 has run some very good races, but Claudia has won again. Nama Desert finished second last time out, and this horse finished 22.3, 400 to finish. And I think the 69 meters will suit this horse down to the ground, definitely to be a huge runner in this race. And outside of selection, you can look at number 8 Orders Apollo is a Visionaire. These Visionaires are running quite well these days by Keen Me. This horse has had a pipe opener 1160 and then ran on a 1400. And I think Pierce Trading on board today over the 1600 meters will definitely be improving. And then my other selection is number 2, which is Light Warrior. Light Warrior has been running a few places, getting the -1.5, and can be involved in a finish here. Number 2, Light Warrior. Number 1, Shadow Creek is also a horse that has ran a few places. Mark the Cox stable. The horse is knocking on the door. Can also be involved in a finish. Shadow Creek. Then we move on to the next race, which is race number 5. It's also another maiden plate. First 5 races on the card, all maiden plates over 1600 meters. This one will finish a mess. And here we have Moon Jumper 5 to 2, Governor's Glory 5 to 2, Fort Commander 13 to 2, Irish Willow 13 to 2, Nashbly 17 to 2, Confessor 14 to 1, Cultured Pearl 16 to 1, Waltzing Old 18 to 1, and 20 to 1, and Better the Rest. So here in race 5, my first selection is number 5, the amount of Pierce Trading. The Habib stable has been back in form. This horse is improving nicely. Last time out was staying on over the 1200 meters, now going over the 1600 meters, which I think will suit much better, and run a 24.7 second fastest 400 finish. Before ran a 23.9 over the 1000, but that was also a nice time. And I'm thinking 5 Ford Commander, definitely a contender in this race. My outsider selections here is number 2, Culture of Pearl, the Cornice Speed Stable. This horse improved, although 7 eggs behind keeping the peace last time out. and I think can also run into the placings at the back end of your quartets and trifectas. Do include that. Then number 11, that was the 11 that I talked about in the previous race, is number 11, Irish Willow. It's also a horse that's improving. Janssen van Vieren stables are getting winners. The 1600 meter will also suit this horse. It's a horse that runs on strongly from behind. The long straight will suit. Definitely a contender. Here we have Governor's Glory, debuted behind Flying Carpet. Flying Carpet won again and then was beaten by Laser Jet when it was 16-10 in the betting. Nicely bred Sweetie Pie by Fordwood, also in with a huge chance in this race. Then we move on to race number 6, Leif Franze Stakes. Yeah, this is also a race that's been run quite a few times over quite a few years. 2,400 meters Class B, average mean rating 85. Let's have a look at the betting number 6, race 6. Here we have number 3, Lily Blue, 22-10, factor 50, 15-4, Smoking Out 15-4, Meander 9-2, Snow Palace 15-2, Curvation 14-2, and Better the Rest 18-1. And here my first selection is number 5, which is Smoking Hot. Smoking Hot, Silvano by Victory Moon. I think this horse will stay all day. It came out and won nicely last time out in a higher division. Now running in an 85, but won in a 92. And I think with Solomon's on board, he knows the horse win with last time out. She's only carrying 52 kilogram, and I think she's going to be running on strongly at the end. And for me, best bet of the day, 5, Smoking Hot. Outsiders that you can look at is number 4, Pomeander. I think Pomeander did show some potential when she was a 3-year-old. Now 4-year-old has run some bad races, but I've seen the last 2 races definitely has improved, and maybe as the horse is coming to form now and realizing her full potential, not a horse to be left out. And then also number 7, Curvation, did run on the Val yesterday, was there and thereabouts, but I think over the 2-4 with a 50 on board, Curvation can also be a factor in this race. Another interesting entrant for me is, but I don't have it in my pick 6, but if you have got bigger pick 6s, include number 6, Thief. As his stable is in form, and this horse has won over 2,400 meters before, so definitely has been running against strong opposition behind Dance Class, and I think also Thief can be a surprise in this race. Then the favorite is number 3, Lily Blue. Lily Blue has done nothing wrong. Has won over 2,400 meters. Was beaten by Smoking Hot last time out. So there is a bit of a turnaround in weights now, which might favor Lily Blue, but definitely not a certainty to win here. Then here we have number 2, Snow Palace. I just feel the 2,400 too far for this horse. And then number 1, Factory 50. Also horse who's got a lot of ability, but did disappoint last time behind African Adventure, carrying 60 against some lightweights. I think it's going to be find difficult to win in this race. So let's move on to race number 7, which is a listed handicap, Wolf Power listed handicap, over 1,600 meters. Here the betting is as follows. Number 6, Golden Peasant 4-1, Cornish Pomodoro 4-1. You Can't Hurry Love 11-2, Pack Leader 11-2, 15-2, Green Ace, Whirly Whirlies 15-2, Approach Control 11-2, Full Mars 13-1, Captain of Taringa 16-1, 25 the Revie, and scratch number 1, Divine Odyssey. So here we have race number 7. My first choice is number 2, You Can't Hurry Love. Now, this horse has run against some decent and strong opposition. We're running here in an A division 105. This horse has competed in the 111s, 110s. Here ran third behind Edugia Magic. For me, that was a huge race. This horse came with a bit of a reputation early in his career, but hasn't really fulfilled it. But has run some decent races against some decent opposition. Last time out behind Summer Pudding, slow out, higher division, now down a little bit, and I think number 2, You Can't Hurry Love, definitely a huge runner in this race. My outsider selection, number 4, Pack Leader, was second to Express of the USA's, Also, it was behind in that race in Summer Pudding, but can definitely be improved with Alec led Kumalo in a good space, getting the winners, can be involved in the finish. And then number 7 is Early, Whirly, my favorite horse. He just keeps on winning, and I think the 1600 meters, the way he runs, doesn't seem like the 1600 meter will be too far for him. It is the furthest that he's go. He's never went over this distance, but Whirly seems to be a sprinter, and then all of a sudden he pops out winning middle distance races, and Pierce Stradom, I'm sure Pierce Stradom will know what to do and how to guide the horse. And I think number 7, Whirly, definitely a contender. Another horse that you must respect is number 8, Cornish Pomodoro. Also, a horse with lots of ability, can definitely be involved in the finish. Also, number 9, Full Mast, sometimes brings a game to the races and can then be a contender in this race. Won a nice race behind Van Chatten last time out, and also not without a prayer. Further up, number 1 is now scratching. Um, oh yeah, I wanted to talk about number 6, Golden Peasant. 4 runs, 2 wins, course and distance, 1 run, 1 win over the 1600 meters. But I think today might meet a match, although he won well. And I don't say the horse is not without a chance. Surely the horse has got a chance, but I think there are 1 or 2 that might have the beating of Golden Peasant, although in a very, very decent, having had a few decent runs lately. Horse in the question is was beaten 5 lengths by Whirly, finished behind especially the US, and but then ran again second behind Whirly, and getting 1 kilogram from Golden Peasant. Today they also get another kilogram. So in my mind, Whirly should finish in front again. And we move on to race number 8, which is a 1600 meters fillies, a mare's 92, Class B, average merit rate at 91. Let's have a look at the betting. Race 6 at Turfontein. Race 8, sorry. Sparkling Water 22 to 10, Katy Perry 33 to 10, Elusive Ford 11 to 2, Destiny's Game 11 to 2, Yuri Late 15 to 2, Ferrari 10 to 1, Christmas Flower 12 to 1, Tahito Rana 18 to 1, and 18 to 1. Keep smiling. Here, my selection in race 8 is number 1, Elusive Force. This is a B91. This horse has run in 103 last time out, running 3.5 lengths behind Summer Pudding, which I think is a very good achievement. Before that run, won 3 races in a row, and I think definitely 62 today minus a 2.5, definitely not without a play, and I think the best runner in this field. For outsider selections, I went for number 2, the stable companion Destiny's Game. Destiny's Game is also a horse. You never know what he's bringing to the track, but if he brings his A game, he can be involved in the finish. As you can see, he beat Fort Anne. Fort Anne was declared a winner yesterday after objection. Has run closely to Elusive Force, and is close to Elusive Force again, and did once beat Sultana last time out at the nicest price, 15 to 2. Craig Zaki on board. So, and then my other outside selection, number 3, Ferrari. The Eric Vedernese stable is in form, bringing in the winners. I've seen this jockey Gates is riding a lot for him, and I think number 3, Ferrari did improve last time out and can be definitely be involved in the finish. Has run against much stronger than she's meeting in this field, and wasn't overshadowed. So I think Ferrari can be a danger to the favorite. The favorite being here at the bottom, number 9, Sparkling Waters, has had 2 runs to Savannah out of Espumanto by Danzil. Did win her first race easy. Battle Bell was then beaten by Franklin, which is a stable companion to Ferrari. So they will have a line through that. But not without a chance at 52, definitely you have a chance. You need to include in all of your bets. And then here we have Katy Perry, a horse that I followed. And then last time I gave up on the horse, and then it won, beating Magical Flight, um, but in a lower division, but can go in again today, maybe involved in the finish. And then we move on to the last race, race 9, is Maiden Plate. over 1600 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. Here the betting is number 4, Right Choice 5-2, Bella Belize 5-2, Bright Eyed Girl 13-2, Electric Boot 17-2, 17-2 got you 10-1 Ross Pirana, and 14-1 and better the rest. In race number 9, my first selection is number 1, Bright Eyed Girl. I really liked the last run. I think in number is going to be a horse with a lot of potential. I'm not sure what went wrong in the race behind Legal Star. The horse was at the pace and then just faded. But he's running from draw 13, which is a huge disadvantage. But Wiser Mowing his experience, and I'm thinking Bright Eyed Girl can improve more. Very well bred, the Captain Al by Galileo May. The breeding is there, as I mentioned last time. And my outsider selections is number 6, Rosperima. Rosperima, I did fancy last time out, was beaten 5 rings by Traveling Wilbury. Also drawn 10, a little bit wild, but definitely I think a horse that's not going to stay in the maidens for long. Definitely a huge runner in this race. My other outsider selection is number 10, Got You, Elusive Ford, by Catalucci. I think the 1600 meters will be better. Pierce Freedom on board. The horse has been running on over the shortened distances. Therefore, I think the 1600 meters will help. It is Elusive Ford, but unfortunately on the dam side, it's a sprinter. But I think this horse might lean towards the sire Elusive Ford, and I think not without a chance. The other horses of chances, number 9, Belize, is also a horse that is ran first, very good first run, and then was beaten by Phoenix quite easily, but can also be involved in a finish battle of Belize, not without a period. All in all, a very open last race. A few runners with chances. Amber Light is also a horse that can improve. So Electric Boots is a horse that has been also slowly improving, can also be involved. Ryan Munger for Sunshine Grey. So all in all, yes, Right Choice has also run some decent races, also a contender. So all in all, the last race, a very open race, not too easy. I hope I could point in another direction for a few winners. And as I always say, break a leg.